Good morning, good morning. So, I literally just woke up. But yesterday, I was writing in my journal, and I was just writing all the thoughts surrounding my life that I was thinking about. And I was writing I was writing to God in my journal. And I realized that, like Joseph, how he went through what he went through with his brothers, and how at the end of it, he was like, you know, he couldn't be mad anymore because he was like, because of what happened, it brought me here. It hurt. But because of what happened, it brought me to this place of my destiny, of my purpose. Because I was finding myself going over the thing that happened over and over and over and over. And then I'd find myself feeling frustrated and annoyed and all of the things. And I was writing it out, and I was like, it's stealing my joy, me thinking about it over and over again. It's stealing my peace thinking about it, going over and over it again. Because at one point, I was thinking, remember it so you don't make the same mistakes. Remember it so you don't be a fool again. Remember it so you don't go back there. But now it's at the point to where this is stealing something from you. And maybe this is where, when I was reading Joseph, he cried twice during that whole thing of his brothers coming back. He cried twice. And as a Christian, you're taught to forgive and all of these things. Forgiveness, I think real forgiveness took him time. And it may not be as grand as, I'm the second in command of a country, giving out supplies during a famine, but it made me who I am. It made me learn some things. It made me go inward. It made me look at myself. It made me be better. Even in that sense. And so I'm like, okay, maybe instead of replaying the issue, instead of replaying the problem that occurred, instead of replaying the what could have been, maybe instead of doing that, this is what had to happen. This is what had to happen in order to make me who I am, and in order to make me look inward at myself. And so, not just in letting it go, but also in forgiving myself. Forgiving myself for not valuing myself enough to walk away, or not valuing myself enough to choose something different, for not valuing myself enough to be foolish. And it's okay. It's okay. So I'm just, that was what I had to do after I wrote all of that out. Because I've been kind of thinking about Joseph, and I'm like, and Joseph cried twice during that whole period. And sometimes I find myself crying, and it's like seeing Joseph cry twice about what had happened to him, and she maybe cried more, especially when his brothers showed up. Then it's like, man, I still am not over this, or I'm still not, but even in that, neither was Joseph, and it's okay. It's okay to feel the pain of the hurt of something that happened to you that was wrong. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. It's okay to cry. And just because you're crying doesn't mean that you haven't forgiven. It just means that it hurt. So, part of the healing process, which is my healing process. My healing process. Boy, honey, this is going to... But yeah, so anyway, I just wanted to share that because this is the process. All right, love y'all. Have a blessed day. Bye.